But in all that, one might just need to be concerned with what God is concerned with. I want you to know that there are people out there that are concerned with what your God does. There are people of other religions out there that are watching your God. And as a representative of your God, you should be concerned with how you represent your God. When we start to focus on self, we talk about people being self-made. Self-made millionaires. Self-made businessmen. Self-made teachers, self-made preachers. But as my brother just said, there is no such thing when you deal with the God that I deal with. I cannot do anything myself without Him. Amen. So where is your concern? Amen. I want to go into a little bit of a story. I want you to understand a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of history. I'm just going to show you one woman's concern for your God. Hallelujah. Let us turn to 1 Kings, chapter 10. Everybody give me 1 Kings chapter 10. You got your sword with you? Please, some of you have your sword. All right. 1 Kings chapter 10. Starting at the first verse. Is everybody amen?
Amen.
Amen. All right. I feel your page is turning. Where is your concern? Starting at the first verse, chapter 10, and it reads on this wise.
And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord...
Stop. When the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon, Spanish Solomon, concerning the name of the Lord. I want you to understand something about Sheba real quick. There's a lot of up and down and roundabout about Queen Sheba. They said that she was the queen of Sheba. So this is, it's something that tells you that's not her name, but the way what she was the queen of, the area that they discuss is Yemen. It's a lower area of Saudi Arabia. But then some things say that she was the queen of Ethiopia. A lot of different texts and stuff that I studied said that she was the queen of Ethiopia. Understand this, my queens and my divas in the room. You may not necessarily have to, it's not your job to necessarily find a man. But it may necessarily be your job to find one or to seek one, not necessarily to marry, but that can edify you. You need to be seeking and looking for one that can edify you. See, a queen doesn't need just anybody. A queen doesn't look for just anybody. A queen has all that she needs and could summon anything she wants just by speaking it. If you're a queen, raise your hand, see? So, she doesn't really have to look for anything if she's a true queen.
Come on.
You do have some queens that are without kings. Give you a perfect example, Queen Elizabeth. Her husband Philip is not King of England. He is called the Duke of Edinburgh. The reason why he's called the Duke of Edinburgh is because she's queen, and what she is what's called a queen regnant. A queen regnant has control over her kingdom. There's also something called a queen consort. And queen consorts are just named queens. They just have a title. But see, we have divas in this room, so we all have queen regnants in this room. See, because y'all make the rules. Y'all tell everybody else what to do. You don't really care what nobody else got to say about whatever. You handle your business. You're not waiting for a man to handle your business. See, we got too many of us queens in the hood that ain't really queens. They queen consorts, see. They just got a title, but they ain't got no power. See, in this room, we only deal with queens that got power. And the reason why Queen Elizabeth's husband is not the king is because a king always trumps a queen. So a queen can't make a king. So she can't call her husband king. Well, actually, and he was the prince of Greece and Denmark. He's supposed to be actually the king of those areas, but he denounced his seat to marry her. So Queen Elizabeth's father made him the Duke of Edinburgh. And 10 years later, she gave him some additional duties in some additional areas to make up for what he lost. But she can't make him king.
Crazy. Tell it.
So what I want you to know about Queen Sheba is that she was a true queen. She never traveled by herself. All those that traveled with her loved her. All the stuff she brought with her was expensive. She didn't travel with nothing but the best. She didn't have to ask for nothing from nobody. She didn't have to beg for nothing from nobody.
Oh my God.
Because she was a true queen. Divas raise your hand, queens raise your hand. But if you ain't a true queen, you can leave your hand down. It's okay. If you're going to play consort for the day, go ahead and play consort for the day. We're going to teach you something about making that come up, all right? Let's read that again. Read that again real quick. I'm going to try to run through this.
And when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions.
I want you to go to, I want you to understand about why she's looking. See, at this particular time, what's happening is all the kings of every area is coming to Solomon because the stories that they're hearing are unbelievable about Solomon. But what makes it even better is that they're not only coming to, they want to see the fame of Solomon, but they want to see it in concern with your God. Because where's your concern? Is your concern with your God? And if he's pleased with you? And if he's pleased with your situation? Divas. See, this queen did not even believe in the Lord thy God, the God that Solomon worshipped. She worshipped idols. She came from a whole other country. But she heard about the Lord thy God, the Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. She heard about this king that he put in place. This man of flesh and blood that the Lord put in place that was wiser than anybody she had ever encountered. But so you have to know a little bit about Solomon to understand. I want you to go to chapter 4 and the 29th verse of 1 Kings. Go to chapter 4, 29th verse. We're going to read that in 29 to 34 real quick, because this is going to make you understand about Solomon real quick and why she was looking for him. I think ain't necessarily looking to get married. She's just looking for alliance. She's looking for edification. She's looking for a come up.
Come on. All right. You helping somebody.
Chapter 4, verse 29. Read that to 34 real quick.
And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. Verse 30, and Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country.
Stop. The east country would be Iraq, Iran, all of the Middle East. So that's the east country. Keep reading.
And all the wisdom of Egypt.
Stop. That would be the west country. Egypt was supposed to be the brains of the world at the time. Egypt was it. That's where all the great intellect came from. Did you know that you're Jesus? That's where he was sent. When he was a small child, he was sent to Egypt. That's where he got his education from. Because that's where all the brains and all the intellect came from in the West. It was from Egypt. Keep reading.
Verse 31, for he was wiser than all men.
He was wiser than all men. All men.